In our top story tonight, Governor John DeYoung has voted a bill that many said could have been the death blow for an already crippled business community.
Thank you very much, Jerome. We're downtown Christiansted, right near the taxi stand and offices of Lee Rohn, here with Colin Hodge, also represented with Attorney Lee Rohn. We're going to get right to it. Looks like the governor had his veto pen out yesterday, and I think Lee Rohn is going to break the news about the infamous moratorium bill that was, I believe, sponsored by U.C. Richards in legislature? No?
That is not correct. Originally, 5 years ago, yes, the bill was authored originally by U.C. Richards. The new bill that was proposed 3 weeks ago was co-sponsored, but the major sponsor was Sean Michael Malone of the St. Thomas.
Okay. So, Attorney Lee Rohn, what does this veto mean from yesterday? Y'all are smiling. Colin said it's a holiday off camera there.
It means that there'll still be some lifeblood. Not a lot of lifeblood, but some lifeblood left for our cities. The idea that you can shut down and have businesses not open up in cities which have vacancies everywhere is just ridiculous. And I'm so glad that the governor vetoed it. I'm a little concerned that he said that he would do a 5-year moratorium instead of a 10-year moratorium. We can't take any moratorium. Every license should be judged on its own, and we have got to get businesses back in our community. If we don't, we won't have a community.
All right. And what does this moratorium mean for you, Colin Hodges? You represent a lot of times the CRRA and the businesses, the restaurants and bars and so forth. We've heard about the smoking and the noise ordinance and now this moratorium. What is this victory? Is this a victory for you?
It's a victory. It's a huge day for the Virgin Islands, specifically St. Croix. I want to say this is not a social bill. This is an economic bill. In every fashion, in any way you twist it, turn it, paint it, it's an economic bill. And this gives the option for the private sector to start growing again, especially our cities, because the cities are the lifeblood of Christiansted, of St. Croix, I should say. Yeah. Unlike many countries, many islands, many areas in the region, our cities makes up a huge chunk of employment, economic activity. They make up the lifeblood of St. Croix. That is the part, the idea that I don't think was communicated correctly to our senators and to the community. This is not a thing of prostitution and about rum houses. This is an issue of development of our cities, making sure that businesses who want to go into business, who want to employ hundreds of people in the entertainment field can do so. It's an issue of livelihood for many people like myself who grew up in the industry from the age of 15 years old. If you know the industry and you understand tourism, and some people say it's not an issue of tourism, it is exactly an issue of tourism. No area in the world are going to offer tourism if you don't have entertainment or something for tourists to do. And entertainment is a huge part of it, especially for the Caribbean region, and has been for Christiansted for the life of, from the time we began tourism in the 60s.
All right. Well, in case you're just joining us, a recent bill sponsored by Sean Michael Malone was vetoed yesterday in Government House by Governor John DeYoung, and adversaries of that moratorium has been Attorney Lee Rohn and also Colin Hodge. And I'm sure a lot of businesses, bars and restaurants are kind of applauding that tonight as you see the story. At the taxi stand in downtown Christiansted near the offices of Lee Rohn, also with Colin Hodge, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And we want to thank Wes for bringing that story for us tonight. And in other news, it's been 1 year since Moises Robles was allegedly a victim of police brutality. Earlier today, the victim's mother protested in the front of Government House to air her concerns. News Channel 8's Wes Small is with the story.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We're on King Street in front of the steps of Government House. And this is Laureen Robles. You might remember her daughter, Moises Robles. It was a year ago today, July 27th, that your daughter's arm was broken in 3 places. Four places, trying to get some pictures up again. I've interviewed her a few times. She's trying to move on. I believe you have a lawsuit involved against police officer Ellsworth Jones. Junior. And he's supposed to be on desk duty. And you've got this sign out here. People are bringing you water. Government House is the place of many protests.
Yes.
And I haven't seen a one-woman protest since Miss Pickard did it when her son Ronnie was sent away for some years to a federal prison as a police officer. Now, you're out here. Why are you doing this a year from the day that your daughter was allegedly police brutalized in that thing where they clocked her speeding and so forth?
Okay, Wes, I just wanted to let the viewers know that as a mother, I am in pain, I am in anguish when I see my daughter's disfigured body permanently disfigured. And as of this day, nothing has been done with Ellsworth Jones Jr. He has not been reprimanded. He has not been censured. He has not been sanctioned for the brutal attack that he did to my daughter. Now, I came here in front of the steps of Government House because this symbolizes fairness, equality, equal justice for all. And I feel that as a citizen of this island, my daughter should be recognized as one that needs to be justified by this action. She goes through a lot of emotional pain, and I, as a mother, suffers along with her. All I'm asking is for the wheels of justice not to be rusted up as they are, but that they start to roll as they should, and justice be done for my daughter. I want to make a disclaimer. I have no animosity against anybody in the police department other than the person who did this, what should I say, atrocity to my daughter.
What would you like to happen to Mr. Jones, and how long are you going to be out here with this protest?
Well, Wes, I feel so lost at times because this is my community, and I would expect for them to at least assist us. We have not gotten any assistance from the government, and I'm feeling that if I need to go to some other source to get help, I might have to do that. But as far as Jones is concerned, him being on the police force, it frightens me because at times I don't know if this man might be coming after me to give me a ticket. I don't know who else he might hurt because he has been known to injure others. And my concern is that there are people out there that don't know who he is, and he might attack them and hurt them just like he did my daughter. So I feel that this man does not belong around people. He needs to be with machineries, he needs to be with computers, and not as an officer of the law.
On Government House steps on St. Croix, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And Parent University has been busy again. This time, agriculture is on the agenda.
Establishing a garden, most of us are of the opinion that gardens should be in the shade. However, though, we prefer and we recommend that the garden, first of all, must be located in a very sunny area. Because as many of us know, the sun is what determines everything. The sun is what provides the sunlight energy, the essential element that's needed for the process of photosynthesis. Without photosynthesis, nothing happens. For photosynthesis to occur, when planting, you want to make sure that the soil is cultivated properly, the soil is nice and loose. The looser the soil means that the roots run out much easier and get established much easier. That means the water percolates better. And so you want to make sure the soil is cultivated means tilled and worked up, and the texture is nice and fine. The tilt of the soil is loose so that the roots could establish properly. So you want to make sure the soil is cultivated.
And congratulations to those university parents. And when we come back from this break, your Caribbean Report plus more. Stay with us.